where I was at the time, that could have been a bit sticky for me. There's not much market for a good builder.
Okay.
There's a market for a cheap builder.
Yeah,
and there's a massive difference. So yeah, they're pretty much 18-hour days. So we're doing a lot of extensions, new builds, refurbs. I'll get up at 5 most days, try and get to the gym before work even starts. I like to be on site for about 7:30. Left school early, 15.
Oh wow.
Yeah, went plastering.
Yeah.
Awful job.
What's happening, people? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're in our hometown in Luton visiting a 5-bed HMO. We're visiting an old friend of mine who used to coach me back when I trained kickboxing at the notorious Storm Gym. He's trained and sparred with Andrew Tate. He's got his own construction company. He sourced this property, did the full refurb. His name's Aiden Patsalides, so let's go meet him. Aiden, how are you?
How you doing, mate?
I'm good, mate. So this is Aiden, as I said in the introduction. So tell us about you, because I know you sourced this one and you did all the construction work. So tell us about it.
I found this one. I was just on Rightmove having a look for myself. Come across this one. Done a few viewings. The agent was in Manchester. Okay. So for some reason, getting a viewing was a bit of a pain. Done the viewing, went through the figures and spent a bit of time here, back and forth. Done a lot of negotiations with the agent. Yeah. And then it had to complete in 40 days.
Okay.
So yeah, that was a bit of a, where I was at the time, that could have been a bit sticky for me. So I give it to a woman that I do work for on her personal house. I've done a lot of projects for her. She's a business owner, she's super busy. But she said about getting into HMOs before, but she hasn't got time and So I put it to her, give her the breakdown of figures and what I think it could achieve and what I think it cost to do and etc. And she bought it straight away. We ripped it. It was really bad condition. Yeah. We ripped it completely back to brickwork. It was water damaged. The roof was leaking. It was unmortgageable. Right. Which is what we wanted because it gave us, it gives leverage. Yeah, of course. With the vendor. Yeah. So when I look for properties, being in construction, I'm looking for the ones that people would look at and think, that's. I'm looking for the ones that are in dire. Unmortgageable.
That's what the value is, isn't it?
Yeah. So she bought it. The sale went through really quickly, and we just gutted it and put it back together. I mean, the vendor's just so busy. This was completely hands off for her. Yeah. She's so busy with her other company. She's been here like 3 times from the point of buying it until like now. She's been here a handful of times.
And how long was that time frame from purchase to? Well, it's nearly completed now, but
4 months.
4 months, yeah.
Yeah, we had a couple of delays. Yeah, with 4 months, and that's including we built a little extension here, communal area, because originally the plan was 4-bed HMO. Yeah. So we didn't need a communal area. Okay. And then we thought, we got the space to do a 5-bed. Yeah. So we quickly applied for an extension under permit development. Okay. So we built the extension. We ended up changing the roof. Yeah. So there's loads of unforeseens in the building. Yeah. I mean, but the roof was just in such bad condition. There was no felt underneath. So we even ended up changing the roof. Built the extension. I pretty much designed it as well. Oh, okay, so yeah. So what I wanted to achieve was the plan was, as you know, the Luton HMO market is saturated. Yeah. But without sounding too negative, the condition of a lot of HMOs in Luton are poor. Yeah. So you're aiming for top end.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to compete with them.
Right.
We wanted to spend a little bit more money. Yeah. And I spent a lot of time going through spareroom.com, looking at all the other HMOs, doing a bit of homework. Yeah. And I wanted to be in like top 5-10% of HMOs. Yeah. So that's the demographic we were after, which we've achieved. Okay. So yeah, I wanted each room to be ensuited. But obviously with the room sizes, we are very limited. So it was almost like a jigsaw puzzle. Everything had to be put together perfectly. So we could get a double bed in here, the door can open, and like I said, I'd done it to how I thought it would look best. Yeah. We sent it off to an architect. Yeah. He done it all properly, and thankfully, like, it all worked. I mean, you've seen some of the rooms. Yeah, like, everything fits to to the inch.
So I know you said obviously you did the sourcing and the construction side, and I know you've had a lot of experience. I mean, I worked for you at one point in construction.
Yeah, I did.
Chat to me about that then. How did you get into construction? Would you have experience like before you started your own firm, or what's the story?
Yeah, so I mean, left school early, 15.
Oh wow.
Yeah, went plastering.
Yeah.
Awful job. I thought, yeah, a lot of my family are plasterers.
Yeah.
And then I just jumped from job to job.
Right.
You know, I worked for carpenter, worked with, you know, a bit of everything. And I think my mid-20s, I just started doing my own little thing.
Right.
And then early 30s, 5-6 years ago, we picked up, you know, we picked up more work.
Right.
We had, as you know, we had a lot of work in London. And so, again, we didn't do much work in Luton because, you know, in Luton, there's not much market for a good builder.
Okay.
There's a market for a cheap builder. And there's a massive difference.
Yeah.
Anyone, you know, any builder watching this now, they're going to know exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
So I stayed away from the Luton market, working Harpenden, St Albans, Berkhamsted, North London was our demographic and area. So we were doing a lot of extensions, new builds, refurbs. And then I've done a little bit of online education into HMOs and stuff, licensing, contracts. Yeah. And I've been looking for myself. Okay. To do my own thing. And then this one come up. So this has been our first one. But now I think what we want to do, we want to go down a route of for busy investors and people that have businesses and don't have great knowledge on HMOs construction. We want to give them a service where we can find you a property, give you do all the due diligence and negotiations with the agent, do all the stuff they haven't got time for because you know yourself, it's super time consuming. 100%. Do all that, do the work and take it through licensing. So I've even took this whole property through the licensing with the local council. Yeah. So I've took it all through licensing. Yeah. So it's literally, we found it, we sourced it, done all the due diligence, all the negotiations, all the legals, and we just literally handed the vendor a key.
So obviously you mentioned earlier we both train together. You still train. The kids all compete and stuff. I know your brothers fight. Pretty much all of them trained at one point as well. How did you get into that? What impact does it now have on your life? Because I know it crosses over into business as well.
100%.
So chat to me about that.
I brought my daughter down to Storm Gym when she was like Roma, my second daughter, she was like 3.5. Oh wow. Yeah, and because I knew of Storm Gym and stuff, and they just moved into their new place. And I got into it, then started training a bit myself. But my kids started fighting before me. Yeah. And then me and Amir, the head coach down Storm, we just had a really good chemistry. Yeah. And he kind of took me under his wing. Yeah. So you're talking like maybe 12, 13 years ago now. Yeah. So I was cornering with him, watching him teach, studying him. Like I said, he just made me his right hand man for years. I learned 99% of what I know, you know, he's all through him. Yeah. And then I was given my own junior class, and then, you know, the kids classes, and then the olders, and then I'd take professional fights. So I'd done my graft, I'd done my apprenticeship. Yeah, you know, started with the little 3-year-old kids that you can't control. Yeah. You're leaving the session and pulling your hair out. Yeah. And then, you know, we were making like a lot of our juniors, including my girls, were world champions. We were like, they were dominating their categories and their ages. And then I started with the pro fighters and then so on, and then I had a really bad injury, a brain injury. Did you? That didn't come from kickboxing, ironically. Yeah. So I was never allowed to fight. Right. And then I think it was like 2019. I said to him, like, you know, please, and he said to me, go and get a brain scan. If it comes back all right, then we'll do it. And it did. So that was that. But I was more into coaching. Right. You know, I've been to China, Romania, Italy, all over Europe with all the fighters and stuff. Sick. You know, I'm, you know, happy to say that I've played a part in a lot of the world, British, European champions down the gym. Yeah. Travelled Europe, travelled the world. So. Yeah, I've had more fight camps than I've had fights, because you know yourself, you do a fight camp and then a show gets cancelled or a fighter pulls out, and it's just, so I've pulled out of a few through injury.
But it's the stress of that, bro, because they're 8 to 10 weeks, I know myself. Yeah. You're locked into one thing for 8 to 10 weeks, that's what you're thinking about.
Obsessed, you know yourself.
Yeah.
So, but with fight camps are always harder than the fight, you know yourself. For 12, 14 weeks, you're so disciplined. You know, I would take it so seriously. So I would, even at my level, I didn't need to train twice a day. But I would be in the gym at 6 in the morning, go to work to London, and I'd come back, get some food. I'd go to Storm Gym, and you know how hard we train down there. Yeah. And then, but I think with that, the discipline, I think, and the high pressure environment. You know, of like sparring some of the best fighters in the world would come into our gym for sparring. Yeah. So you've got that high pressure environment of fight camp, juggling work, family, you know, and then. So
how do you do it, bro? Because I've never done a fight camp while running the business, because I fought before, so I cannot imagine doing a business, being in a fight camp, having a young family.
Yeah.
A lot of the time,
my kids or my brother was in fight camp with me.
Right.
So not only was I getting ready for a fight, my daughter, because my kids fight at a much higher level than me, so I'd be getting ready for just a normal fight, but my daughter would be getting ready for a 5th world title defence.
Right, yeah.
Another daughter of mine would be getting ready for a British title. So they were fighting at such prestige levels. So I was trying to give them pads, give them time. It is hard. I think you've almost not got to overthink it too much.
Okay.
I just had my routine. Get up at 5 o'clock, coffee, gym, sprints, work. Back from work, bite to eat, back down the gym, and before you know it, it's 10 o'clock at night again. You're falling. So I think, now I'm a little bit older, look like, would I want to do another one? I probably will, I'm a lot more aware of how hard it is. Whereas before, I think I just threw myself into it, didn't overthink it too much. But now I'm a lot of, I've done quite a few now, so I'm a lot more aware of how hard it is. So really, I'd have to really weigh up the, and because, I don't fight for money. Right. So it's a pure hobby.
You enjoy it.
So Amir, we talked about maybe fighting at the end of the year, and he was just like to me, just think about it with work, the kids, the other fighters we've got on, so I've got to give them time as well. He's like, so we'll see, because it's a lot. It's a lot.
Nah, sick.
But it has conditioned me to high pressure environments. So like dealing with a drama at work is not as hard as
getting smashed in the face.
Getting smashed in the face by one of the best fighters in the country that have come down on a Sunday to spar. So dealing with a shitty email kind of seems like a walk in the park.
I think just from like listening to your story and obviously everything you're saying is just sort of, you don't ever think any of it.
No.
You just sort of, and like you said, sometimes that does go fucking left and completely flop, innit?
It can be a blessing and a curse. Like I said, it works out or it don't.
And you learn from it, and then you go again, sort of thing, innit?
But as I'm getting a bit older, I am thinking a little bit more and a bit more aware, because the losses are shit. So we're trying to avoid them now.
Of course. So obviously, you've got the sourcing business, you've got the construction business. I know we trained together at one point. You used to coach me when I trained at Storm.
You did.
And I know you fight, you train, your kids fight, train. Like, how do you fit all of this in? Like, what's the secret, mate? Because you're a busy man. You working 18-hour days or
my days, I get up at 5 most days, try and get to the gym before work even starts. I like to be on site for about 7:30, and when I finish work, obviously go home, email in, blah blah blah, and then I teach most evenings or train again. So they're pretty much 18-hour days, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, if I sit still for too long, it's not good. But because I enjoy what I do, I enjoy the construction side. Getting into this HMO stuff, I enjoy it. I enjoy teaching kickboxing. So I think because I enjoy it, it just makes it a lot easier.
But you don't always enjoy it though, because I know sometimes this business fucking stresses me out. Do you know what I mean? So how do you deal with that then?
So what I've just trying to get out of now is I've always done extensions, refurbs, new builds for a client, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Which can be super stressful. They're calling you on a Sunday at 10 o'clock. To say their electric's broke, you shoot down to North London, go in the house and the light bulb needs changing. The electrics haven't gone. It's just, or they'll ring you 2 years later to say there's a crack in the wall. So I'm trying to get away from that now. Because to be honest, I was getting to a point where I wasn't enjoying it at all. So I'm just trying to get into a place now where everything I do is for myself. So any builds I do, refurbs, HMOs, I want them to be, for my portfolio. So that's where I'm heading.
So it all kind of goes hand in hand, because obviously you have the experience of doing. I don't want to say small, because an extension is not a small project, but in comparison to a HMO, it is.
And you have to do that. Like you have to do the work for other people, do your apprenticeship, so to speak. You have to experience the highs, the lows, the stressful emails, the high pressure environment, and because with a lot of like clients as well, your Mr. and Mrs. Smiths, where they don't understand construction so well, if they see something that they don't understand, they start panicking. When people start panicking in any environment or any business, in any nature, when people start panicking, that's when tensions get high. And I mean, at least with working for yourself, you can control it better. But even still dealing with people, electricians, plumbers, sparkies, everyone's having a bad day, everyone's got a problem.
And you've got to be that level head for everyone, innit?
Everyone's got on the wrong side of the bed at least twice a week. So you've just got to like it's just about controlling the monopoly, really.
Yeah. If you could think back to, say, your early days then, so before now, obviously, you said you just left school and you went, obviously, you did your apprenticeships with plastering, whatever. Like, you know, when you went and did the construction, like, not off the bat, but like went into it. If you could think back then, what was that like? Because that must have been like, if you've gone from sort of having a stable-ish job to just, cool, I'm doing my own thing now. Obviously, as you've leveled up, the pressure's got more. How do you deal with that side of things?
Yeah, it's a big leap, but I've never put too much thought into it, which is kind of, sometimes it's worked out and sometimes it hasn't. Like, if I get an idea or a brainstorm, I'll just jump into it. I've had electrical companies, I've made timber windows and doors. I've every aspect of construction, I've just give it a go. And like, so I've just jumped into it. As I'm getting a bit older now and I've got more responsibilities, I'm a little bit more sensible. A little bit more sensible, and do a little bit more due diligence into things. But usually I've have an epiphany or a brainstorm, and I'll just give it a go and see where it takes me.
So for you, obviously, I know you said you want your own HMO portfolio, and obviously, you know, you still working with clients, construction. What is the goal for you? What's the next 12 months to fucking 5 years looking like for you?
The goal for me is quite simple now. I want to be out of the UK. I've always wanted to live. I've always wanted to live abroad, son. So the goal for me next 12 months is to grow my portfolio, and in the next 5 years, you know, to have a portfolio in the UK that's facilitating my life abroad. Yeah, sick. And something I can, you know, I've got 4 daughters. Something I want to be able to give a portfolio to the kids when I'm long gone. The goal is to be able to be out in the UK and not have to worry about, you know, not have to worry about working. Yeah, sick. And for people to follow that journey, for people to work with you, to get deals in Luton and surrounding areas or construction work, what platforms can they find you on? A bit of a fossil. I've only just come on Facebook because I was always managed to bring work in through word of mouth, recommendations. I didn't really use social media as a tool for work. But now we are on Facebook. We've got a Facebook business page, Trill Design and Developments. Sick. So find us on there. And I've got like a little website, and on our website, www.trilldd.co.uk. On there you can find like a brochure of genuine recommendations from my last job. So all our recommendations can be vetted. All our old clients, they're always happy for you to come around the house, have a look. Have a look. I think that's really important. You're only as good as your last job. 100%. So there's a brochure on there with all our previous work, what people think about working with us, and they've also left their details, so you can contact them at your own leisure and, you know, ask some questions. Yeah, sick, man. So there you go. If you want any construction work, you want sourced HMOs, anything property related, make sure you hit Aiden up. And for more property content, make sure you subscribe, because we're going to be active with it. Bosh.